Second ago, and here we go. This is the lowest price we've ever done on the Spider Mountain Turquoise beaded necklace. This is a clearance price, and it's not a clearance price because you didn't love it. You loved it. We just have a couple left, and we're moving it out. So if you happen to catch the show, you are indeed very lucky tonight, because to be able to get genuine turquoise at $84.70, not $164.25, is tremendous. And what's lovely about this is this has been one of the most used and loved stones literally since ancient times. I mean, they have gone back into, you know, ancient burial grounds and sites, and have found turquoise as adornment around the world. It's very much considered an American stone, simply because originally we had lots of turquoise mines, but now those are even becoming more rare. So here's your opportunity to get this beautiful necklace, and you can see it on me too. Even the camera's really pretty far away from me, and it just pops. The blue is beautiful, the veining is exquisite. This is one of those moments that if you love turquoise as much as I do, you just don't want to pass this by. The largest bead, by the way, this is massive. This is 18 by 11 inches. It goes back to 18 by 11 millimeters. It goes back to 4 by 3 millimeters. Let me show you what the typical pearl necklace looks like. This is give you a reference, if you, just because I think it's hard to figure it out at home. If you were buying a typical pearl necklace, like grandma's pearls, let's go with that, okay? It's gonna be right around this size right here. I'm gonna go with that one specifically. See that? That's probably being a little generous, but that would be about the size of a typical grandma's pearl necklace. Let me hold up the biggest stone right here in the center, and look at the difference from the back of the necklace to the front of the necklace. We are talking about beautiful turquoise, and don't forget, sterling silver extender, the friendliest hook ever. It stays hooked, but it's easy to hook on, and that's all sterling silver. So Jay, before these are completely sold out, because I know our lines just went from here to about here, let's get into this one and tell us, where do you find the Spider Mountain turquoise?
Well, number one, and here again, speaking as the manufacturer, this is just ridiculous. Okay, I can tell you right now. Do you know that I could almost sell the rough material for more than what we're selling the completed design for? This is Spider Mountain. If you're a turquoise collector, if you like unique and different types of materials, this is, okay, this is my specimen. That's going in my specimen case, and that's Spider Mountain. If you look at this, and when you get your when you get this necklace, when you look at it, when we first they were calling it Spider Mountain, right? When they first it came to us, and they were, the name of the mine is Spider Mountain. Well, when you see the rough material, I thought it was called Spider Mountain because of the spider web matrix that this material naturally has. I mean, that's really rare to have really nice spider web like that. I mean, it's got like really nice webbing in it. It's got a very unusual, unique matrix pattern. It's actually a very blue material. It's really amazing. But then when we went and we actually saw where the mine is, then you get the idea of why they call it Spider Mountain. It's actually, it's not really a mountain as much as it's a big hill, but it looks like a giant spider. It looks like a tarantula kind of. You've got like, okay, so you've got the main base, and then you've got all these like fingers that come off of this area, and that's why they call it Spider Mountain. That's where it got its name. But you would think it's from the spider web effect that's in this turquoise. And again, that's all naturally in there. I mean, it's not like it's anything that's been man-made or compressed nuggets and filled where it gives you that look. This is the real deal. They're really unique. And look at the size of this. Do you know that, okay, to cut this, you're looking, you started with probably a little bit more than 3.5 pounds. Maybe in some cases, for the bigger pieces, you might have had to start with 4 pounds. And of course, you don't get, you lose 70% of your material on your first call and your first cut. You lose 70% of the material. So of course it doesn't weigh 3.5 pounds, it doesn't weigh 4 pounds, but that's how much material that you have to start with. And then people always say, well, oh, no, you're not losing it though, because you could just cut it into something else. No, you can't cut it, it's dust. It turns into dust. So you just totally lose that. And that's why the art is to figure out, get the best yield, even on your design, get the best yield for the material.
Jay,
but I will just tell you,
excuse me really quickly,
of all the
guys,
stupid deals, this is a stupid deal.
No, I was going to say, everybody's recognizing that. I hate to interrupt you, but here's the scoop. We have now, I started out with about 900 of these. Now, right now, with everybody you're on .com, which is the way to go, or you're actually calling and chatting with somebody, I have about 500 remaining. Really, really limited. It's never been $80 off. We've got the 5 flex pays. It's a great turquoise necklace. Think about layering it with your other turquoise, wearing it with a brown turtleneck as we go into the fall, winter season. Then you take it and you go in the spring, you pop it on with a white blouse with the collar kind of flipped up. If you have our beautiful Marla Wynn collections and all those sands and taupes, it just pops. But it is genuinely one of those stones that are magical. I have been a fan of turquoise since way before Jay. Believe it or not, Jay, my mom and dad were very much into Native American jewelry as I was growing up, and they created a lot of it, and they did a lot of hishi beads and beading. And so I was influenced. I have some beautiful turquoise pieces. Actually, I inherited from my mother and father. And I love the lore, I love the history behind it. But understand, those turquoise and turquoise in general is very difficult for Jay to even come by. And he's one of the world's biggest turquoise purveyors in the entire planet. He can get more turquoise than anybody. And he continues to have to find new places to discover it because it's becoming rarer and rarer. And it's becoming more popular than ever before. So it's not just a Southwestern experience anymore. It is now a worldwide phenomenon. And so for me to be able to come out here, do you know, let me look, let me just double check. Yep, that's the only turquoise necklace I have in the whole show. This is the one and only turquoise piece we will feature tonight. And Jay is known for bringing us lots and lots of turquoise. That is how tough it is even for us to get Jay to be able to get more of it. So here's this really unique moment where it's $80 off. You've got 5 flex pays. Everything is laid out to make this a wonderful purchase that you will absolutely enjoy. Something that will become a family heirloom, which I love that. I look at my pieces from Jay. I bought a beautiful Amy piece that had a pearl on it. Gorgeous Hishi pearl. I had to have it. I was like, a Tahitian pearl. Not Hishi, but Tahitian. I was like, oh yeah, and I ordered it like a month ago. I know that's gonna be passed down to my family. I think about jewelry that way because I've gotten it from my family. I have many of my mother's pieces. She loved jewelry, every shape, form, and manner. But my mom and dad were very passionate about Native American jewelry. And so for me, turquoise holds something very special in my heart. And I love the way it looks. I mean, you do too. Now, again, if you're thinking about getting it, I'm down to probably about, how many do I have left now, Rick? Okay, with everyone who's on the line now, I have 300 left. It is the only turquoise all night. So if you guys are waiting and you're like, oh, she'll probably have 10 pieces because Jay's here. No, this is it and it's on sale. And it's that one fleeting moment where you just go, wow, that's a big necklace, and wow, that's all turquoise, and wow, what a good price. Because truly, it is, and do not miss out. I know we're gonna wrap up in just a second, Jay, because it's almost sold out. Can you give us just a couple more tidbits on this, if you will?
Well, in these turquoises, just like you're saying, I mean, they're things, they're not going to go down in value. Okay, they're not making any new turquoise. That we're able to get out there and really go global, and that's how we're locating the turquoises. But there's not even turquoise on every continent. If you realize that, I mean, like all of Africa, there's 0 turquoise. Think about that. Australia. I mean, like I've seen one little small specimen vein one time in Australia, but nothing where you can get, there's whole areas that turquoise is just not available. So I don't know if you've been noticing, Suzanne, but have you noticed that there's really been a lack of turquoise with any other designers or anybody, that they're just not able to get the material? And people came in, and you have a whole nother group now that came in that are actually buying the real high blues and a lot of the different turquoise, and they're buying it like a commodity. And they're not even in the jewelry business. They're just buying it as an investment, the raw material, and putting it back. Like you would buy gold or silver
Right, silver,
or
yeah.
whatever. They're buying it as a commodity.
They're literally hoarding it. And you know what,
Hoarding
Jay?
it,
I
yes,
can't tell you how often
and it
Jay and I
goes
have
up.
talked on the off the air about how many phone calls he gets, people trying to get what he has. Because everybody in the world knows, everybody who's in this business who is a rock hound or collects precious gemstones and all that kind of, they know Jay has just an immense amount of them. And it's funny because Jay's like, oh my gosh, I get calls every day of people trying to buy my turquoise from me. Now, that's because they know he's a great source for it. But again, in this beautiful show, we have the most amazing variety. I've got clearance prices. We have a new mine find that I'm just blown away by. We've got something that returned finally after months and months and months. It sold out when it launched. We have one turquoise necklace, that's it. And the great news is, it's on sale. And you know what's great about that? It's not a lame $5 off. Like, that just kind of makes me mad. You know, you're like, or you ever go to a store that says 70% off and you run to the back of the store and it's this poor little rack or everything's broken and it's this most horrible looking thing in the world. You just get, no, that's not fun. This is fun. This is heirloom. This is precious. This is all sterling silver as well. And it's all genuine. He's not putting it in a container and mixing a bunch of stuff and injecting it with that turquoise color. This is what Mother Nature has done, and what Jay has done, he's captured its perfection. He has really just brought out, in terms of how it's been cut, how it's been polished, he's just brought out the true beauty of what we recognize and love in turquoise. It's so recognizable. You know, you could see it from across the room. No one would go, oh, I wonder what that is. They're going, oh my goodness, where in the world did you get that turquoise necklace? And you can proudly say here at HSN, or don't tell them your source, so they'll never know. But here's your chance. And I love these moments. I love it when you're watching and you go, yeah, that's my necklace. I was so excited when I got my necklace from Jay a couple weeks ago. The package arrived, I'm like, it's here, it's here. And I knew what it was gonna look like. I had already seen it in person because I sold it on the air. And it's just that thrill of that moment of opening the box and just going, yep, that was a good one. And it's the best tonight because you're never, ever, ever gonna get a better price. This is gonna be sold out in just a couple minutes. We gotta move on because of that, so stay on the line, do not hang up. Or I'll tell you, go to hsn.com and you can get whatever it is you're looking for very, very quickly. You don't have to wait. All right, coming up next, little heads up. This is brand new. Woo, brand new. And again, it's wow. If you'd like a real showpiece, this is gonna be your necklace. And again, perfect going into the fall. Also,